Talk about the new technical indicator that I learned today. And then let's just use NVIDIA as an example because we just had a huge run, like a big run of NVIDIA. This is the second week after its earnings last week. And then a lot of people are concerned about the movement of the stock. Let's see if this indicator is actually telling us anything, and then we're gonna do a back test next week or the week after. So this technical indicator is called DMI. It actually consists 3 lines in general. So as you see on the screen, the first one is PDI, which means it's the plus DI. So the second one is MDI, so it means minus DI. So these, just from the name of it, you can tell that PDI means it's measuring the strength of a bullish trend. And not actually, it's not really measuring the strength. It's more so telling you if it's plus trend, so which is a bullish trend, and then MDI measures a bearish trend. And then the third line is ADX, so this is the actual indicator that's measuring the strength of the trend. So for example, here the orange line, which is the bullish line, is actually above the pink line, which is the MDI. So it means that it's a bullish trend. So whenever the plus DI is above the minus DI, then it means it enters a bullish trend. And then we can see this yellow line, this ADX, which is measuring the strength of the trend, is also very high. So it means that it's actually a strong bullish trend. And then when we look to the price line of it, it actually is the case, right? So here when the orange line is crossing the pink line, when the bullish trend is starting here, right? And then we see that it's actually bottom out for this period of time, right? And then so therefore let's look at now. So we see that the orange line, the bullish trend, is actually right here, crossing the pink, the minus trend, right? So this is probably doing good, but then the thing is, the actual line that's measuring the strength of the trend is not very high. So it means that it's probably like this bullish trend is probably not confirmed. And then I actually also did some observation of some other indicators today, and then let's see that if we add some of those other indicators, if it can clarify the situation. So one of the other indicators that I observed today is KDJ, right? So we can go to trend, right? Or it's probably in favorite too. So KDJ is not. So maybe we can go to trend and then we can look for KDJ, right? So it's like an indicator that's measuring overbought or oversold. So it's not here. So let's see here. Pressure is not. So how about strength? Oh, strength. Okay, right here. So it's measuring strength. So let's add this KDJ, right? And then there's another strength indicator, which is RSI. And then it would also help to confirm or clarify situation. So we're gonna add these two together and then combine with DMI. Let's see if it actually helps. So something that I observed today is that if like, so let's just figure out these colors, what do they measure first, right? So let's just for the sake of easier watching, so maybe we will just disable this DMI first, right? DMI, so where did I actually found it? And it's probably strength too, right? DMI. Let's see where it is. Or is it also trend? DMA. Okay, MA. So okay, right here, yeah, it's trend. Okay, so let's just try to figure out what this color means. So here we see that the pink is actually measuring bottom out, right? And then no, actually the pink, if it's above, then it means that it's actually a bullish, right? Bullish trend. And then if like let's say that when it's actually bottom, right? Bottom. So the green line, the blue line is actually measuring bearish, right? So so we can actually see as an example, right? For say here, when everything is kind of like at a local bottom, right? And then we see that like for so that's for KDJ, but then for RSI, the orange measures bullish trend, right? And then the blue line measures, or maybe the pink line actually measures bearish trend. So when you hear, right, the best cases is actually like both KDJ and RSI actually crossing each other at the same time. So for KDJ, when the pink line actually crossing over the blue line right here, and then for RSI, which is the yellow line crossing over the pink line too, right? That would be, or the blue line or the orange line, that would be the best. So whenever you see actually KDJ and RSI actually crossing over things at the same time, that this is actually a strong confirmation of signals. So now when we come to today, right? So the KDJ bullish signal is actually coming down like a little bit, right? But then backing up like a little bit tick, like a small tick. And then the RSI, the same thing, right? The bullish trend has been coming down a little bit, and then after today is having a little tick. So I wouldn't say that it also indicates a strong confirmation of things. So things is still a little bit wary and uncertain, right? So then let's just take another look at another one, which is what I would also find helpful is the DMA, right? So we see that when when the yellow line crossing over the blue line, then it means that bullish trend is emerging, right? So okay, so here we see that it is actually seeming a bullish trend is emerging, right? So I guess what you can say, or maybe let's also add another one just for the sake of clarification again. So we can also add MACD, right? And then, okay, so MACD, so we see that, yeah, so also the bullish trend is crossing over the bearish trend up. So which is kind of a signaling of bullish trend. So I would say for now, NVIDIA is not like completely certain, like for everything confirms to be a bullish trend, but overall, probably bullish is having a little bit of upper hand over bearish, right? So maybe like a cliche thing to say is conservative optimistic trend, right? So but then I guess we could also look at you know like things like the money flow, right? So we can take a look, right? The money flow. So the money flow usually, right? Like if say for me to actually, let's say that like if I don't have any of it in my portfolio, the best scenario is actually, when it's like somewhere here, when it's actually, below this line, right? And then but it's like on a upward trend, then you know that okay, this is actually more hopeful, right? Than when it's actually already up here, but still good. So it's still not like having a back down trend, it's still like an uptrend. So which is still okay, right? So because I guess also another signal for conservative optimism here, unless like here you already when it's all everything's up here, but it's already having some kind of like downward trend here. So right now it's okay, and then we can take a look at how about this one, right? It should have some they should have some of those like pie chart. Okay, here's the pie chart, right? So while inflow is still like more than the outflow, while relatively around, not too different, but still inflow beat the outflow, and then you see the um, XL, the big guys, right? The big ones is also inflow more than the outflow. So I guess you don't need to be in a rush for a sell right now for NVIDIA, I guess. So there might be still opportunities for some more upward movement for now. Let's see if it actually confirms our, analysis for later of the week or in next week. So today is Monday, November 4th. Let's just, keep the hopeful good wish. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks. Bye.